It has all of the makings of a cult down to a T. And someone who left connections commented about the reasons why she left online. She said, "There are 6 reasons why I left connections, even though I had already learned good things and prepaid for 3 months of group, which wasn't over at the time she left. The first one was shame-based learning. She said they drill the material through put-downs and labeling. It's even traumatic for some people, and they say if you disagree with them, then you are wrong, even though they teach you that there's no right or wrong, and they intensely shame you for it, even though they teach against feeling shame. Second is crazymaking. They teach you that your reality is off, to not trust your own judgment. They tell you that you did something that you didn't even do, and when you can verifiably see that you didn't, they gang up on you and aggressively repeat over and over that you are wrong and that you did that thing, and you have to admit it, or they will cut you off their terrible communication until you admit you did this terrible thing. To any people individually in connections, phone calls, and in the group setting, you'll all be cut off. They won't let you move on until you admit it, even if you really don't see that you did that thing, and you can't just admit that you did it. You have to show that you feel really bad about it, using the steps of repentance, but in a twisted way. It's confusing because the principles they are teaching are true and good, and yet something feels off. It wasn't until I got disentangled from it that I realized that it feels off, because you can't learn from them unless you're willing to compromise your integrity and just comply. The third reason was using God to push their point, saying if you disagree with them, you are disagreeing with God. The fourth reason is an environment that breeds codependency. Their method is quite effective for helping those with addictions come off of their addiction. It's absolutely amazing. If I had an addiction, I might actually sign up again. Unfortunately, it appears they are trading one dependency for another. Jody has people working for her that don't get paid. They seem just to be happy that she trusts them with the responsibility. I asked her in conversation how many people she had working for her that she paid, and she evaded the question. She also teaches against individuality. It's set up for you to remain in it. One lady in my group said it was her last week in the group and then thanked everyone for helping her learn. But then, many women ganged up on her and shamed her for leaving, so she stayed. Those who learn from her in groups and individually spend about $10,000 per year to connections, and they have done this for years, scared to quit due to their own dependency. It is unacceptable to work on changing what you want to change in your life. I started the group with 3 specific areas of my life that seemed unmanageable to me that I wanted to change. They said I was in distortion if I wanted to focus on those. They require hours of indoctrinating in their methods each day, and you have to track it as well. If you spend less time because, for instance, you're sick or on vacation or it's Christmas, they shame you for it and aggressively say that you've dropped responsibility. The 5th reason being that they talk bad about you behind your back. When they find something wrong with you, instead of teaching you about that thing, getting curious about it, if they are even right about the assumption they are making, they aggressively tell others about it. They talked negatively and aggressively about me in the men's group, and Jody individually talked badly about me to someone else during his $175 an hour one-on-one with her. They called someone I love to talk bad about me, and he, having been deeply embedded in connections, listened and didn't stop them from this inappropriate behavior. It's a completely different and intense community with a completely different language. They define so many words differently, which I think is generally helpful and common with therapists, but this is extreme. And the last reason being that connections promotes cutting people out of your life. Praise isn't given in the group for learning a new concept. It's given when you set unhealthy distancing boundaries with your loved ones. She advocates for leaving spouses at the drop of a hat instead of working together when there is a problem. The principle of being responsible for your own stuff is true, but that's not what this is. This is fault finding, and then using that as evidence to push people away. As far as I know, Jody herself is estranged from everyone in her family and has very few friends.